This module is divided into two sections, one on the basic concepts and principles, and two on project lifecycle. This presentation is structured in three parts. One is the introduction to research project management. Two is the core principles and concepts of research project management. And three, with a few concluding tips. Research project management is no rocket science. It is something that you all are engaged in and are involved in your day-to-day project work as well as activities. Now, if we try and define what uh, research project management is, then it is the structured process of planning, executing, and overseeing a study to ensure it meets its objectives within, say, and it stays within budget and is completed on time. So it largely involves coordinating people, resources, and tasks. Unlike routine day-to-day operations, project management has unique objectives and goals. The field of project management focuses on how to plan, to initiate, monitor, and execute and close projects successfully, ensuring they are delivered on time, within budget, and required quality standards. The term project, and study are used interchangeably in this module and throughout the course. Now let us come to why is it important. Research project management is important because it helps avoid delays by setting clear timelines and responsibility. So that's timely completion. It ensures optimal use of funds, equipments, and personnel. That's efficient resource use. And it encourages systematic planning, reducing errors, and increasing reliability. That's improved research quality. There are certain individuals with key roles and responsibilities in the management of any project. So this is not the entire team, but to just give you an idea of people involved in managing a research study, we will discuss this in more detail in module 3. So it involves the principal investigator or the PI who leads the project and is responsible for overseeing all aspects of the study, the research assistant who supports data collection, analysis, and documentation, and the project manager who manages day-to-day operations, timelines, and coordination. Just pause to reflect and use your current or past project as an example to understand the different aspects that are included in the definition of project management that we just discussed, its importance, and key research personnel and their roles in it. So I give you 10 to 15 seconds to do so. Now let's jump into the core principles and concepts. So before I go into the principles and concepts of the management of a research study, I would like to throw in some terms or words that are related to project management that are depicted in the figure here. So please have a look at this. Please have a look at one or two additional terms of project management in this figure. The idea is that you familiarize yourself with these terms, and as we proceed in this course, we will try and unpack some, if not all of these. As a teaser and introduction, check out this video, which is less than 2.5 minutes. The video will have also introduced you to the project life cycle, that is the different phases of a project from initiation to closure. The second part of this module, that is module 1.2, will be on the study life cycle and how each phase can be managed more effectively. Project management principles and concepts provide a structured approach to managing projects effectively. These principles help guide project managers and teams in delivering projects on time, within budget, and according to the desired quality standards. The idea is not to go into the theory of project management rather than to understand the practical application of these principles in our day-to-day implementation activities. You may, however, find some documents on the internet describing as many as 10 to 15 principles and concepts. But what I will discuss are core principles, and many of the other principles will fall under either of these core ones. So at the outset, the research aim, objectives, and scope need to be defined very clearly so that all those involved in managing the project understands the purpose of the project and its desired outcomes. The project management principles of clear objectives stand as a foundational pillar that sets the stage for successful project execution. Essentially, this principle emphasizes the need for defining definite project objectives, defining scope, and clarifying deliverables from the outset. What are the end goals of the project? Define deliverables and success criteria. Ensure your goals are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound, or SMART, a concept that is used to measure and deconstruct goals. We will, however, discuss some of the tools of project management in Module 2. Clear objectives encompass a well-defined roadmap that guides every project's course. These objectives serve as the compass directing the project's team's efforts towards a shared vision. Clear objectives encompass a well-defined roadmap that guides every project's course. These objectives serve as the compass directing the project's team's efforts towards a shared vision. Additionally, this principle involves not only articulating what needs to be achieved, but outlining the boundaries and expectations that frame the project's scope. By having a clear grasp of the project's purpose and the desired result, the project team can coherently align their actions and decisions. A well-defined scope outlines the boundaries of the project, what will be included in the project, and what will not be included. Imagine starting on a journey without knowing the destination or the route. Such an endeavor would likely be riddled with confusion and inefficiencies. Similarly, projects without clearly defined objectives often result in scope creep, missed deadlines, and unsatisfactory outcomes, like you see in the project tree analogy. Just take some time to have a look at the project tree analogy, the figure that is depicted here. Another one of the management principle is that of effective planning, which stands as a guiding factor, aiding in the path to project success. Essentially, this principle encompasses the art and science of meticulous preparations involving detailed task planning, precise timelines, and strategic resource allocation. This is one of the key principles to successfully manage a research project. Additionally, these project management concepts entail breaking down the project's objectives into manageable tasks, sequencing them logically, and assigning responsibilities. It involves creating a roadmap that guides the project from inception to completion, considering potential hurdles and devising strategies to overcome them. Proper planning sets the stage for project success by outlining objectives, identifying resources, and establishing timelines. Imagine starting a cross country road without a map, a timeline, or an estimate of the fuel needed. Chaos and uncertainty would likely prevail, like shown in this picture here. Similarly, projects without detailed task planning, timelines, and resource allocation are susceptible to delays, resource shortages, and unmet expectations. Effective planning mitigates these risks by providing a structured framework that guides every aspect of project execution. Effective planning must include contingency strategies and plans, for instance, having alternative plans like A and Plan B for dealing with unforeseen risk. Detailed task planning involves identifying the specific tasks required to achieve project objectives. These tasks are then arranged in a logical sequence, ensuring that each task is executed at the right time and in the right order. Precise timeline sets deadlines for each task, promoting accountability and preventing procrastination. Further, resource allocation ensures that necessary personnel, finances, and materials are available when needed, preventing bottlenecks and ensuring smooth progress. This principle of communication centers around the practice of maintaining open and ongoing communication channels throughout the project lifecycle. Effective communication requires clear, consistent, and regular communication between and within the project teams, key stakeholders, and those governing decisions about the study to ensure that everyone is aligned on aim and objectives, scope, project progress, risk, and amendments, if any, to the study. A well-defined communication plan outlines the frequency, the methods, and the contents of updates. Continuous communication transcends odd updates. It encompasses the deliberate practice of keeping all involved in the project informed, engaged, and aligned at every stage of the study. Moreover, continuous communication provides a platform for addressing concerns, resolving conflicts, and making informed decisions collectively. It guarantees that everyone is on the same page and pursuing the same objectives and goals. The project management concept, this project management concept involves sharing relevant information, updates, challenges, and achievements consistently. Moreover, it thrives on active listening, understanding, and adapting to the evolving needs and perspectives of all team members and key stakeholders involved in the project. Projects that lack continuous communication risk misunderstanding, misalignment, and potentially catastrophic breakdowns. Open communication channels are ways through which project managers convey objectives, expectations, and progress while also receiving feedback and insights from all team members and stakeholders. Therefore, open communication fosters transparency, enabling all involved to have a clear view of the project status, challenges, and accomplishment. This transparency in turn builds trust and accountability among team members and stakeholders alike. Moreover, continuous communication provides a platform for addressing concerns, resolving conflicts, and making informed decisions collectively. It guarantees that everyone is on the same page and pursuing the same objectives and goals. This principle is related to communication and monitoring. A lot of communication takes place between project teams at different levels. However, we often do not maintain detailed records of project activities, even if they seem insignificant at that time. What decisions were taken and why they were taken. Conversely, what decisions were not taken and why. And details around data being collected. This will greatly help research managers learn to deal with operational challenges of implementing a project. For instance, even before the intervention is implemented. Please go through an article that we published which details some operational challenges in the pre-intervention phase of a large scale community trial. Needless to mention that good communication helps in preparing interim and final reports for funders and stakeholders, supports reproducibility and audit checks. This principle and its concept emphasizes optimizing the use of resources such as people, technology, equipment, and finances, which is essential to delivering the project efficiently. Resource allocation is more than just assigning tasks, it's a strategic approach to managing the people, funds, and materials required for project execution. Additionally, this principle involves identifying the right individuals with the necessary skills, allocating appropriate budget, and ensuring that the required materials are available when they are needed. Also, it is akin to distributing ingredients in a recipe, ensuring that every element is utilized to its full potential. The goal is to carefully plan and then monitor that the right resources are available to complete required tasks. When people are considered as an integral resource that drives the implementation of the study, managing the team's capacity and preventing burnouts of its members are critical. Team members must be assigned roles and responsibilities based on their expertise and availability. We will discuss some of these issues in more detail in Module 3 on establishing a research implementation team. Assigning tasks to people with necessary competence is a key component of optimizing human resources since it ensures that abilities are utilized to their fullest extent. Projects with inadequate resource allocation may suffer from delays, inefficiency, and subpar or suboptimal outcomes. Moreover, financial resource allocation entails budgeting wisely to ensure that project expenses are well balanced. Allocating appropriate funds to various project aspects prevents overspending and enables the project to remain within budget constraints. Furthermore, materials allocation involves ensuring that necessary materials are available in the right quantities at the right time, preventing bottlenecks and minimizing disruption. This principle revolves around the art and practice of identifying, assessing, and managing potential risk that could disrupt project progress. Just as a seasoned captain navigates through rough waters, project risk management steers away from potential obstacles, ensuring smooth sailing towards success. Management is more than a safety net, it's a proactive strategy that involves anticipating potential challenges, evaluating their impact, and devising effective mitigation plans. As a principle, it is worth investing time to brainstorm among the team on identifying the possible risk that the study can encounter at each stage and strategies to reduce, if not mitigate, this risk. Additionally, risks are uncertainties that, if left unattended, could lead to delays, increased cost, or even project failure. The project management concept of risk management entails a comprehensive assessment of these uncertainties and the implementation of strategies to minimize their adverse effects. Therefore, proactively assessing and managing risk is critical for successful project management. Furthermore, periodic and regular appraisal of risk assessment ensures that risks are continuously monitored and teams are prepared to address them if they materialize. Projects without risk management are susceptible to unforeseen circumstances that could risk the project's timeline, budget, or quality. Risk management involves a structured approach. One, identification. Through systematic brainstorming and analysis, potential risks are identified. Therefore, these can range from technical challenges to resource limitations and external factors. Two, assessment. Risks are assessed based on their probability or likelihood and potential impact. Moreover, high likelihood risk with severe consequences require immediate attention, while lower level risk may be monitored. Three, mitigation. Once identified and assessed, risks are mitigated through the implementation of preventive measures. Therefore, these measures can include process changes, resource allocations, adjustments, or contingency plan. 4. Monitoring. Project's progress is closely monitored to detect any signs of emerging risk. Also, if a risk materializes, the mitigation plan is activated to minimize its impact. A risk assessment matrix looks like this. For more detailed information, please refer to the quality assurance page under Core. The project management team should monitor progress at every stage of the project lifecycle. Establish key performance indicators to help measure progress towards established goals. Your project management plan must also include a system for regularly tracking, assessing, and reporting project progress. A simple virtual dashboard to track study progress is very helpful. Please look at one here. This will also help you in the principles of planning and scheduling and documenting and reporting. Ongoing monitoring of progress helps to ensure the timely completion of a project. Project managers can effectively monitor their team's work by requesting updates from individual leads or conducting progress meetings in which each team member provides the team with an update. Keeping track of project progress is important for a couple of reasons. First, it provides the project manager with the information required in the regular reporting of project progress to PIs and key stakeholders. Second, it can reveal whether the team is falling behind schedule, allowing the manager to make adjustment such as adding additional resources or adjusting the timelines. The principle of quality management ensures that projects meet or exceed the expected standards. Moreover, these project management concepts involve establishing clear quality benchmarks, implementing progress to monitor adherence, and continuously improving project performance. Additionally, continuous improvement principles encourage teams to learn from past projects and apply those insights to enhance performance. Quality assurance is more than a final check. It's a systematic and proactive approach to ensuring that every aspect of a project adheres to predetermined standards of excellence. It is the compass that guides project managers and teams towards producing outputs that reflect the highest level of quality. Imagine visiting a restaurant where every dish consistently delights your palate. That's the result of meticulous quality assurance. Similarly, projects that prioritize quality assures consistently deliver outcomes that meet or surpass expectations. By maintaining predefined quality standards, projects ensures that their deliverables are reliable, functional, and free from defects. Therefore, it not only enhances funders and key stakeholders' satisfaction, but also protects the project's reputation. Quality assurance extends beyond the outcome and to the entire project lifecycle. It also involves monitoring and evaluating processes, methodologies, and intermediate deliverables to ensure that they align with quality objective. This continuous commitment to excellence minimizes errors, reduces rework, and maximizes efficiency. A crucial component of quality control is funders and key stakeholders' satisfaction. By consistently delivering high quality results, projects not only fulfill contractual obligation but also cultivate trust and loyalty among stakeholders. Furthermore, meeting and exceeding expectations not only enhance the project's success but also lays the foundation for long-term relationship and future collaborations. So in the last part of the lecture, I wanted to share this quote that in a way describes successful project management. Expect the best, plan for the worst, and prepare to be surprised. Three concluding tips. One, start with a solid plan, as we often do, and this happens in the ideation, conceptualization, writing, and application phase of the study. However, how solid and foolproof your plan is, be ready to adapt as the project evolves. Second, communicate clearly and often. It is sensible that all those involved in implementing the project are on the same page. Therefore, avoid any misunderstandings and keep everyone aligned towards realizing the project objectives and seeing its end completion. Third, there is no end to learning, so keep unlearning, and relearning. Project management is a skill that we can all hone over time with experience and improves with appraisal and feedback. Please take a moment to pause and look at this figure to review some of the principles and concepts that we have been discussing so far.